This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hello, everybody. Yes, this is Alex, and this is the Ramble. It goes till midnight tonight. If you were to ask me who was one of the weirdest people you've ever known or associated with, it would be this guy here, Chuck Farnham.
Yeah, how did that happen?
I mean, everything about you. There isn't an aspect of your life that isn't weird. And I just was talking to you about one of them, and I did not remember the story, so you're going to have to elucidate. But
Okay.
your stepdad, who's currently in the hospital and was having life-threatening problems.
He could use the proverbial thoughts and prayers. I mean, he's
at that point. How old is he?
well, we went to high school together.
Now that's
so
the part. Wait a minute. That's the part I wanted to get to.
Is that the part you have a problem with?
Your stepfather
Correct.
is an old school chum of yours.
Well, I didn't know him in high school, but we were in the same high school at the same time, basically.
So he's the same age you are.
He's a little older than me, but not a lot. Not what you would expect.
And how old is your mother gone, or is she still around?
No. Old mom is still there, and she's exactly your age.
Thank you very much.
Well, I mean, now it was always.
Can you introduce me?
Yeah, I can hook you up. She now is sitting at the house as we speak with 27 cats. 27.
What?
She has 27 cats.
Is she out of her goddamn mind? I can't imagine what that house smells like.
Well, she kind of lets them live outside, but if they get inside, then they get agitated.
Oh, you're in the country, aren't you?
Right. So they're barn cats, but she feeds them because she's, and it's some of them don't have one eye. One of them I saw the other day is missing an ear. I'll send you some photos. I took photos when they were
It's a home for misfit cats.
Yeah, and she's like, well, I've got people coming out here to take care of this. But when she told me that, she had 17 and now she has 22. If you're losing cats, how did the number go up?
Wow.
It's bad. It's really bad. And I had to bring cat food out there. She didn't have any cat food, so went and got cat food.
Well, if they're living outdoors, can't
I'm enabling this.
Can't they live on mice and squirrels and?
You're making sense. You don't want to do that with her.
See, if you're in the country, cats know how to feed themselves.
You're correct. And you pull up to her place, and you know what you see? 8 cats on the roof of the house.
No kidding.
Yeah, they're like up there wandering around, and then they come down.
Did she do this because she likes cats, or did she do this because the cats just kept screwing?
She did this with ducks before that.
See, I told you he was the weirdest guy I have known.
Yeah, she did it with ducks before that.
Yeah.
And she did it with horses before that.
Yeah.
It's just, she feels the need to nurture these animals who, barn cats are a mangy little collection.
Can I just say this, and I'm not saying this to be disrespectful, but is your mother nuts?
Might be. I'm not sure she's been tested, but you have very strange conversations with her about stuff.
Would you say some of her strangeness wore off on you?
No, she's more in the area of senility. More
really?
Kind of dementia-ish, sort of.
Dementia-ish? I never heard that.
Yeah. You're like, she probably.
I went to the doctor and he said I was dementia-ish.
Ish. She probably hasn't been tested, but it's like, her husband's in the hospital, And she goes, well, I call the doctor at the hospital because he needs to know that I'm there. I go, the doctor needs to know that you're there? And he goes, no, Gene needs to know that I'm there. And I go, you're not there, you're on the phone. Did the doctor put the phone next to him? Because I arranged for that to happen. She goes, no. I mean, he can't talk and they've got him heavily sedated. He can probably hear you if you're standing next to him. I had a conversation with him the other day when he was on light sedation, and I could get responses out of his fingers. Gene, can you hear me? Move your finger. And I could get that to happen.
And he went.
She was shocked. Yeah. Why the fuck are we doing this? And she was shocked. Wait, well, you talked to him? What did he say? Did he ask about me?
Well, when my friend Shecky was dying and in the hospital, and he was lying there, with the intubation in him and all of that.
Sure.
Maybe he didn't have the intubation in him at that time. The nurse said, well, talk to him. He can probably hear you.
Right.
And I said to myself, I guess, he looks like he's out like a light. He's in a coma or whatever.
No, I think my view is your ears always work no matter what. So I think they can hear you.
But she said, he probably won't know you're here.
Right. He's going to hear you.
Yeah, but I don't know if she was saying that to make me feel good or because it's true.
Yes, yeah, I think it's true because I think people come out of that sedation and go, they'll go, hey, did you ask me questions the other day? Were you in the room? And you say yes, and they go, yeah, I thought I heard you.
I saw a thing on YouTube about death.
Yeah.
And the part that
doesn't sound that bad.
No, it sounds worse.
Really?
Yeah. What they said was that once you're declared dead, you may still be alive.
Right. I saw.
You may still be aware of everything around you.
Well, my view on this, and I got a book, is that we live in slices of time, and when you die, that energy moves over to another slice and continues.
Yeah.
But I could be crazy. It's possible.
Yeah. Well, it's amazing to me,
Yeah. Well, the older you get, then you start thinking, hey, in high school, why did you go to gym class when you could have went to, maybe I should take vitamins and exercise and eat salad?
Yeah.
Or how to make a salad, for instance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe frozen food isn't so great.
Maybe it isn't.
Pizza might suck.
Yeah.
No. We're running around the track for 3 hours.
Really?
It makes sense.
I don't know.
I'm trying to get that to stop, but nobody's listening to me.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a picture here that's in sync. It looks like we're not exactly in sync.
Uh-oh.
So if I do this, then we're in sync. See? It looks like we're in sync. But it's not good because then if it looks okay. All righty. I'll agree with it. Okay.
Huh?
I'll go with it.
Yeah.
So I have no idea why the other one isn't in sync.
Yeah, the pictures come through really well here.
I know. No, there you're getting my picture okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me see here. Okay. I've just done it so that it's okay now. All right. We're more in sync. We're more in sync now.
The hospital he's in is like this brand new, fancy, state-of-the-art place. Man, it smells brand new. Really nice place. And I go in there and immediately my arm starts hurting and my neck hurts. I can't get anywhere near a doctor without having 500 symptoms.
Yeah, well, I don't think hospitals are not the most pleasant place to be.
This place is beautiful inside. It's like you're in a hotel.
It can be beautiful, but so what?
Right. There's too many beds in a hotel.
If you're in a coma, it doesn't really matter.
Right. You could barely see him for the machines that were around.
Yeah.
I mean,
have you ever had a near-death experience?
I
mean, outside of marriage.
Let me think. I look back and there were several times when I could have died and I didn't. Like I was supposed to be in that building in San Francisco, all the bricks when the earthquake fell.
Yeah.
The earthquake happened. I was at the baseball game because the two guys I was going to the meeting with told me to go. They went to the meeting. The building fell on them.
Didn't
So
kill
they
them.
died.
Oh, they died.
Oh yeah, yeah. That picture, the famous picture you see of all the brick rubble on top of a car. I was supposed to be in that car.
Oh boy. Well, that's not a near-death experience.
No,
That's
no.
What could you call that? It's not. It's not a near-death experience because the bricks didn't fall and then you
Right.
got them out of the way and walked up and walked out.
I didn't walk out of it. Yeah. No.
I've never had a near-death experience. You know,
Uh-huh.
I've never. I mean, I've been in dangerous situations.
Right.
I've
That's
never-
what I would, you know.
But I've never had a near-death experience. You know,
Mm.
I guess I just kind of like tippy-toed around death. You know,
Well, lucky you. I'm not sure it's that bad.
what?
I mean, I'm not sure it's that bad.
What?
It might be okay.
Well, I'm sure that it's not a.
This isn't morbid at all.
I'm sure it's not a terrible process because I think nature, by virtue of nature, makes sure that you go rather pleasantly. Everybody talks about seeing the white light,
Right.
you know, that kind of thing.
Jesus at the gates.
Although I've been
No?
told the white light is nothing.
Really?
Yeah, all it
See, I
is
think-
all your synapses closing down at the same time.
What about your energy? You came into this world with energy, right? You
Well,
grew
you
inside
know,
somebody else.
your energy was created.
Right.
Okay, all right.
But what keeps your energy going if you're just living inside this, in my case, 300 and some odd pound vessel? It's a big pot, but it's a vessel. What if, when that vessel decides to finish being used, you move to something else, a different vessel?
Well,
No?
I would like to, there are lots of things that I want a scientific answer. See,
Yeah,
I
they
don't
don't like
want
talking about
I don't want a spiritual answer because spiritualism
understand.
is just a hoax. Okay,
Right.
So I
Get
want
it, Jack.
scientific proof that maybe there's another level we go to. I mean, I've seen certain things in science like quantum theory has, the fact that we don't just live in this dimension. There are
Right.
like 12 other dimensions.
Right. That's what I'm
and-
talking about with those little segments.
But in every one of them, your life is different.
Right.
You know,
That's what I believe.
but you're on 12
And
different dimensions.
If I go,
Now, do you
I'm obviously going-
simply fold into one of those other dimensions?
I believe that's what you do. Exactly. I have a book on this. I'll send you the whole name.
What
of the
happens
whole
when
thing.
you die in all the dimensions finally?
I don't think you do.
Really?
I think that you're cycling through them.
Hmm.
And my dream is that once I'm not on this one, that I can come back and watch everybody I know shower. That's my plan.
Shower?
I'm going to come back.
You want to
And
watch?
I tell them that.
You want
I
to
go-
watch me
I go,
shower?
I want to watch them all shower. I want to, even people at the restaurant, your waiters and waitresses, I go, you know what? When I die, I'm hoping to watch you
No,
shower.
well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. What is it about showers that fascinates you?
Well, no, I'll be up above
Yeah.
and they'll be naked in the shower and I'll be able to look down on them. Like a heat light, kind of.
I see. Yeah, and you don't care if they're male or female.
I don't care if they're relatives. Everybody, that's what I want to do. I want to spend the next slice just doing that.
Coming
think it'd be
back
fun.
and watching everybody take the.
Shower.
Now you know how I'm
And
going to
then
feel.
they'll all be creeped out because I tell them this while I'm alive.
If you
right?
died tomorrow, okay, I don't think I could ever take a shower again knowing that.
That's what I tell them. I tell them, I go, you were going to find out if this whole thing is real because I'm telling you all right now, when I die, I'm going to watch you shower. And so these guys, you, everybody else is all going to be in their showers going, oh, I just felt something.
Well, you know what I
Oh,
do?
crappy.
What I do is I have a friend that died earlier this year, my friend Shecky,
Right.
who
Right.
is my closest friend, okay, in all the
Mhm.
world.
Yeah.
Somebody I truly miss every day
Right.
since he's gone. And what I do every now and then, there's several shows that he watched and that I watched that I knew that he wanted to find out what happened or what the next season was like.
Right.
One of them was Riverdale, and the other one is Below Deck Mediterranean.
Oh my God.
Now, this is a guy who's a big film buff, knows every film that ever existed, you
Right,
know,
right.
whatever.
He
And he is one of his favorite shows is Below Deck Mediterranean.
You know, you can take cruises now with one of the chefs. He has a cruise that you can go on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But anyway, here's the deal. Here's the deal. So right now, Riverdale's over with, but I was doing it when Riverdale was on, and now I'm doing it with Below Deck Mediterranean, is I invite Shecky to watch it with me,
Exactly.
you know? And I figure he's up there somewhere and he's watching it, you know? And after it's
I do.
over, I have a little conversation with him about it, and then I'll see you next week.
I do the same thing.
With
When
who?
I'm having tea, or my grandma used to make me tea all the time, or I'm drinking tea and I think about her, and you know, and stuff like that. It's interesting.
Well, I think there is some truth to the matter.
You're going to like this book.
I had dental. They cleaned my teeth today, and there's sores all over my mouth right now. I'm in excruciating pain. No, but no, where was I? Oh,
Let's see. We were death. What
Yeah.
you see after death.
yeah,
What
yeah.
you might see after death.
I forgot where I was going with
It'll
that.
come back to you.
No, but
Next.
no, that I believe that if you keep remembering a person, and you sometimes even talk to them, or they're there in
Sure.
your spirit, that they're still alive. Not maybe in the normal sense, but certainly their
Right.
existence is there. And so I'm very happy to, believe.
It's a calming experience. I have a wrench that was one of the oldest wrenches in my dad's toolbox, and every once in a while I'll pick it up, and you can feel them there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you tell certain
Yeah,
people that,
yeah.
like, you need medication.
But I think the American Indians believe this. As long as you honored them and remembered
They're with
them,
you.
they're still alive.
Right.
You know, in which case I'm dead because nobody will care when I go.
Oh, come on. I will.
Marjorie might. You know.
She seems really nice.
Yeah, that's what she seems.
Well,
Yeah,
anybody that would put up with you and me, we've hit the gold mine,
Well,
probably.
no, it's like my mother. I don't know if were you around for my mother?
Dude, I took your mother shopping.
Oh yes, okay, all right. So
I like her.
yeah,
She's
I
great.
know. And but the answer I used to have was, and you used to say things like she's so nice and blah 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 blah, and I went, my answer was that's because she's not your mother.
Exactly.
You know, she's my mother, and I don't find that's the same person that I
Yeah.
deal with every day.
The best visual I can give you about your mother is when sitting in her living room above the TV was a big clump of your hair in a frame.
Yes, she did that, didn't she?
Oh my God, it was the best ever. I laughed so hard. I'm like, is that? And she goes, oh yeah. And I'm like, it couldn't be any better. It was like,
I don't know why
She's-
she did. I think it was the first haircut they ever gave me.
it was a lot of hair. There was not
It was
like
really
it wasn't
curly.
a-
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like a 3x5 frame. We're talking 8x10, and it was jammed with hair.
Yeah, I seem to
Sure.
remember that now. That was sick.
You know.
You know, it's a little.
And the funny part is, I knew about your mom long before I knew about you, because I used to listen to that. Was it on KMEL or something?
Yeah, Ruth Bennett's
The grandma doing the
Countdown.
top 10.
Yeah,
I used to tune into that all the time. I was like fascinated that this little old lady was telling me what to watch.
yeah. But anyway, so yeah, of course you knew my mother, and I used to say, Yes, she's the sweetest, nicest, most wonderful person in the world, but she's not your mother.
Right. I
You
can say
know,
the same thing about mine.
because you
And
you,
they're
you, you
28
deal
now.
with your mother on an entirely different level than. I mean, I often said my mother was the greatest con artist in the world, and that's why everybody thought she was terrific. You know, there's nobody in this world that doesn't absolutely adore Marjorie.
Yeah,
She
I
has
can believe that.
she has
She has a look
friends.
for it
People
that's-
love her and care about her. But you know, she's my wife, and I have to deal with her day to day on many different things.
Right.
And so, therefore, I'm going to have a different perception of her than when you say, "Oh, she seems very nice. She's really great." You know, yeah, she's really great and she's really nice, but she's not your wife. You know.
There you go.
I just found out that Marjorie turned on the oven. She's preheating the oven. See, it's
Nice.
on my brand new watch. I can see it.
Yeah, my phone tells me when the refrigerator's been opened.
I went to the dentist today, and they had a toothbrush I could buy, an Oral-B.
Buy?
Oral-B that will send me messages via email. Yeah.
To what? Tell you to brush your teeth?
Yeah.
Do we really need that? I am going to get the Facebook glasses. I want those.
The Facebook glasses?
Yeah, they have glasses that have cameras in them, and you can live stream directly from the glasses. So if I'm in the bathroom or something, I could go live to my Facebook page and talk to people while I'm pooping and stuff.
Oh, that's good. That's terrific.
I think so.
Well, there's that whole new Apple thing they're coming out with. Those glasses, the $2,500 glasses.
Yeah, the Facebook glasses are $200.
This thing looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Just I mean, I may buy one. Why
Yeah,
not?
we have a high-end Steam VR system here that costs about what those glasses cost.
Really?
Yeah, and it's got motion detectors all over the room.
Yeah.
So you can stand up and do stuff, and it's, you know, every time I'm allowed to use it, I need lessons.
What do you
again
mean
because
allowed to use it? Who does it belong to?
belongs to the kid.
Oh, really?
And doesn't everything belong to the kid when you have the kid?
Well, that's your kid.
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, he has the VR system and the fancy crap. And
Yeah. Here's the other weird thing about Chuck is that Chuck. I was seeing.
here's one for you.
What?
Somebody asked me the other day because the kid was with me. They go, "Oh, your grandson's here." Like he's not my grandson.
No,
what are you
he's
talking
your
about?
son.
No, he's your grandkid.
Well, no, but here's the thing.
God.
Here's the thing. I mean, our link together is I was dating the woman who you had the kid by before you had the kid.
Yeah, great, Alex.
Huh? What are you coughing up for?
I don't know. It's a weird subject for me.
It's got to be.
We're gonna have many normal weird subjects. That one.
Are you of the thinking of in your brain of why did I do that?
No. I love that kid.
I know you love the kid. The
I am
result was fine. That's not
I
what we're
am
talking
so happy
about.
with that particular idea. The implementation might have been a bit funky, but the kid couldn't make me happier, and he knows that. But you know, every once in a while,
You realize how strange life is. That if you had come to me and said, "Alex, I'm thinking about dating this woman who you used to go out with," which you never did, should I? I would have told you a resounding "Do not do that."
right? But
And
look what I got.
then you wouldn't have this son. That's
I know.
how strange.
Then I wouldn't have gotten what I got, which is
Which
spectacular.
is spectacular. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no, it couldn't be better. And the funny part with him is he's not like me. So he just kind of, you know, he's heard all the bits a billion times and he just shakes his head. The funny part will be when he's talking to some of his friends and he'll mention something about me
Mm-hmm.
and they'll look me up on the internet. and go,
Oh.
your dad's amazing. This guy is great. What are you talking about? And he's like, then he'll come in and go, did you actually do that? Is that really? He goes, my friends think you're a hero. And they go, oh my God, your life must be so great. You must be doing this and that and this and that. And he goes, he's my father. I'm not sure we had your relationship that I have with this guy.
Wow. Anyway, hey, listen, like, we've run out of time.
Thank God. Bad topic. Anyway.
No, good topic. Your son's a good topic.
I'm sure you'll run into him at some point.
Yeah, I'd love to.
And you'll go, wow, how did this happen?
Well, and how
normal guy.
And how did he turn out so well?
Smart, really smart, like crazy smart.
See?
I don't know.
Takes after his dad.
Maybe.
I'll see you next time.
Bye, kids.
Bye-bye.
Now in its 9th year, this is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Yes. Okay, all right, there we go. Let me see here. Am I okay? Am I going? Yeah, we're going. Nobody. Oh, there's one person that's called tonight. Okay, we have one person ready to go here. Oh boy. Let me see here. Have some coffee. Yes, sir. Well, let me bring in our one caller here, and I'm going to hope that this is for real. Okay, so there he is. There's Steve Fox. Hello, Steve.
Hi there.
Yeah, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's just the two of us.
Oh, good. We got 30 minutes together.
Yeah, right. Wait a minute. Let me see here. There we go. Nothing's been working tonight, so I've been trying to get it all going. Okay, it's all going tonight now. Mm-hmm.
It's working then.
Yeah. So how you been?
Been doing pretty good. Yeah, had a few days off finally, and my mind is back to earth, so all is well.
Yeah.
In the world of me and radio too. So.
Well, do you work? How many days a week do you work?
For the last 4 weeks, I've been working 5 or 6 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been a killer. And finally, it all let up. So everything's doing fine now. It's been an interesting ride in radio, though. I mean, as far as what's been going on, with the news and whatnot, it's just been crazy. I mean, as you know. And just been dealing with a lot about that, especially at work. Because you got the whole news department running in and out and doing their thing. So,
well, this is a time that news departments go batshit.
Yeah,
and they think of this is going to be the way they're going to make their bones.
Exactly. And then with you talking about the other week, these reporters going overseas and asking these silly questions and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then on the BBC that night that I went to work, they asked a stupid question, and the person who was crying and going through, the hardship and the bombs all around her asked them the question, says, what would you be doing? What's your answer to this? And it stunned the reporter. And he's, well, I'm just trying to find out what with the same type of question. And she came back at him again. And it was funny. It was like, huh, interesting. So,
but there's nothing worse than the way these news people are handling this situation. It's a very tragic situation, no question about it. And they go over there, and then they start asking these stupid, lame-ass questions. Oh, you saw your father get beheaded. What was that like? How did you feel about that? Oh, I felt great. I hated my father, and he should have gotten his head chopped off. I mean, what kind of answer do you expect?
Yeah.
But what they're trying to do is they're not trying to elicit a newsworthy answer. They're trying to elicit an emotional answer. that they hope will get them ratings. And they're all over there pretty much auditioning for their next job at the network.
You are right. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's, oh shit, there's a big spider. Hold on. Ah! Oh my God.
Bring him down.
Yeah, maybe he wants to be on the show. Hey, no, what's funny was the lady who's on in front of Anderson Cooper. Anderson Cooper, she's out on the balcony in, somewhere over there. She says, blah, 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 blah. And now here's 360 with Anderson Cooper. And she's, the black background, from the night or early in the morning. It's like 3 a.m. And then there's Anderson Cooper. They switched to him and the same background because he's there too.
Yeah. I mean, and they send.
Okay, they search for one person and another. You're in the same place. You're going to talk the same story.
They send everybody over there. They've been sending them over now for at least a week and a half, if not more so. And somehow, nothing. They don't have anything new to report. Lester Holt being in Tel Aviv. How's he going to solve anything? How's he going to improve the situation? He's just over there for bragging rights. And because Nora O'Donnell went over there, and the guy, whatever his name is, over at ABC went over there, so he had to be over there. And nobody's coming home till the first one decides to leave.
I'm sorry, but I said it last week. I just want... it'd be nice maybe if something happened, maybe take some people out. Maybe then they'd stop going. That's the only thing that's going to stop them.
Yeah, well, I just think what they're doing is they're taking advantage of a horrible situation for ratings. They're doing this 24/7. It's a shame. It's a real shame. I am bothered by the whole deal. Because I don't think there's any real reporting being done. What they're doing is they're reporting news press handouts is what they're doing. In other words, there's a press release, they read that on the air. That's the extent of them being a news reporter. And I just think that they should be better than that. They shouldn't rely on what the news releases that are being handed to them. And whatever, Israel said this, so it's got to be true. Well, I think that there's a lot of false news being reported here. I think if you ask Israel, they're going to do their take on it. No, we didn't bomb that hospital. The Palestinians did. The Palestinians say, no, we didn't bomb it. The Israelis did. Well, who did? We're never going to find out because the press isn't doing anything to find out. They're just using the press releases. And they're, there are two people I feel sorry for. I feel very sorry, of course, for this says Kevin Stopper. Let me just make sure that it is Kevin Stopper. Okay, here we go. Is it
and
Kevin?
Brian can pull down the spider.
There it is. Okay, there we go.
I don't know. I think I got it. I hope I did. Jeez, sleeping.
Yeah, but anyway, I just I sit there, and I'm wondering what is the truth? What is happening? Who bombed that hospital? And here in America, they're going to report that Israel said this, and it's got to be true. Well, why does that have to be true? I mean, to begin with, Netanyahu's one of the most horrible human beings on the planet. And I'll even say that considering all that's been going on. Let me say that what went on was ghastly, just absolutely ghastly, horrifying. And certainly, I can't have any great feelings about the Palestinians, or at least about Hamas, okay? I think the average person in Gaza would rather not have bombs flying into their backyard, And it's just horrible. And but nobody's sitting around saying, "Where's the truth here? Where does it lie?" I mean, and all we're doing is we're encouraging the carnage. And let me explain this. We're encouraging the carnage because we're not sitting around saying, we want to know the truth here, you know, and we're not necessarily going to say it's a good thing that Israel went in there and started bombing the crap out of Gaza. All right? Let's be honest. What happened and what Hamas did is absolutely unconscionable. No question about it. It is a crime against humanity. All right? But I got to tell you, by then responding in kind and then dropping bombs like crazy on civilian populations in response to that, gets you down to the level of what Hamas did. And we encourage that because we side with one side or the other. What we should say is, I know the real response here is revenge, is to go in there and just kill everybody in sight in Gaza. The answer to this is you don't do that. What you do is you try to find some kind of peace so that more of this doesn't happen. And just because you then go in and do the same thing doesn't make you better than they are. You get what I'm saying? Does any of this make sense?
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't make sense, Alan?
No.
Why?
No, they attacked Israel. Israel has the right to defend themselves.
What you're saying is you're honoring getting even. And the fact is, getting even isn't the answer here.
And nobody
Coming to a way in which there is no more of this kind of thing going on is the answer. That trying to find true peace is the answer.
Yeah, we've had a lot of presidents try and do that.
But you're
isn't that work?
No. But what you're saying is, wait a minute, we got to go in there to Gaza. We got to get even. No, we don't got to get even. Nobody's got to get even. Somebody's got to try and solve the situation.
Isn't that what they went over? Isn't that what Biden went over there for? Is that meeting, and then the hospital incident happened, and they canceled all that?
Yeah,
because of all the turmoil.
Yeah, but
he
one
went over
side
there to try and at least get them together and start trying to straighten things out before it got ugly, which it's still ugly. But now that's all, you know.
Well, you know, when Israel,
it's been thrown out right now.
Israel lobs missiles.
Do we think that Hamas may have known that this was going to happen and set up the United States as well? You know, knowing that we were going to go over there, and
there's
now
any number of scenarios and lies and mistruths that can be given here, but you don't just rush into, you know, the people in Gaza. They're just human beings like you and me with families and kids and you know, and they don't like what's going on there, and they're not happy with it. But they're the ones that are suffering as a result of it. You know, and I think you got to take a more measured approach to your response than this desire to get even. It's a very natural desire. It's a very natural response, but you shouldn't do it. So, I don't know. Excuse me, folks, but I just think that we're not getting the truth from anybody over there. And we're not getting a true picture of what's going on.
Well, that's the thing, is they're doing it on a historical basis, and everything. Every time something happens, it's pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Every time something happens, they don't worry about what's right. They just pull the trigger.
And by the way, am I going to say that I trust Bibi Netanyahu? No. He's a guy who's been under assault in his own country for what he's been trying to do in changing the Supreme Court and things like that. And this was this was almost a dream come true for him. A diversion.
Yeah, it's got everybody's mind off it.
Yes, a diversion. And so he's not on the griddle anymore. And I might say for Biden, the trip going over there, I don't know what he expected to accomplish, but I'll tell you what I know he accomplished: a few more votes.
Mm-hmm. That, and when did you last hear anything about Ukraine?
Mm-hmm. Well, he did say in a speech last week that we can't take our eye off Ukraine.
Yeah.
So,
But how much has it been reported?
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you haven't
The
heard.
only thing they're saying about it is that the house is all fucked up, and we're still not getting any work done there,
yeah.
and nothing will get done with Ukraine if the house is all fucked up. So
Well, yeah, and
What are they on the third vote for Jim Jordan now?
yeah, we're going through that crap like we did with McCarthy.
Boy, I sure hope these people remember this in the election time in 2024.
No, they won't.
No, they
Too
won't.
far away. Too far away.
You know,
back on party lines anyway.
short memory.
Yeah.
I do like what some rich Jews businessmen in this country are doing with Harvard and the University of Pennsylvania. They are allowing anti-Semitic demonstrations to happen on their campus.
What is an anti-Semitic demonstration?
I'm sorry.
What is an anti-Semitic demonstration?
Free Palestine.
Well, that's not anti-Semitic.
Well, I don't know.
In fact, Palestinians are Semitic.
Okay. But they're not pro-Jew.
Well, they're not pro-Jew, but maybe they're Palestinians, and they don't want to see their people dying as a result of this. You know, everybody.
This is money. This is taking money from universities. Jewish businessmen taking money from universities.
What?
That's what I said. That's how I started this thing, right? I said that I think it's great that Jewish business people in this country are taking money away from Harvard and the University of Pennsylvania.
Well, I just think that there are two sides to this, and there are a lot of people who are Palestinian who are fearing for the lives of their own people over there.
And here.
Yeah, and especially here. How about that Palestinian kid, that 6-year-old Palestinian kid who was killed by his landlord?
Unfortunately, a lot of Americans are going to go back to right after post 9/11 and attack Muslims and Palestinians for no reason.
Right.
And we're going to see that here.
Right.
And they know it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, I just, when you say that they were being an anti-Semitic, no, pro-Palestinian is not anti-Semitic. It's pro-Palestinian. I've always been for the Palestinians. I've always felt they were the people who were being set upon the worst. They were out in the desert with no place to live. For years. This goes back, 30 years I was pro-Palestinian. I'm also pro-me. I've never been too fond of Israel as a country. I think they've been politically questionable.
That's pretty clear. You've made it pretty clear that you're not pro-Israel.
Well, it's not that look. It's not being pro or con anything here, because I can't be against Israel because Israel exists and has existed for the last how many years, and hopefully will continue to exist. But it's just I haven't been too fond of their politics, nor how they've handled this whole Mideast question on their own. And nobody's, except, of course, on the other side, have taken them to question on this whole thing. But anyway, there's so much of this, and I was talking to Steve. It's just, the news people are using this as a way to get ratings. And I find that the most shameful thing. They're literally trying to make their careers on the deaths of people. And this is not right either.
No. It's their time. They think this is my time to shine. So I'm going to go over to
and I'm going to get somebody to cry and on camera, and I'm going to send back this bleeding heart report. Oh, they're going to love me in New York. I'm going to get a new.
Who is not over there?
I'm not there.
They've got
I'm not over
everybody
there.
over there.
I'm not over there.
They have everybody planted
Donald
in Tel
Trump's
Aviv.
not over there.
They've got people over there in Lebanon. They've got people all over the place. Who is not over there?
And what they're doing is they're taking advantage of a horrible situation for
Exactly.
ratings, and ratings mean money.
Mhm.
And they're doing.
I don't know why Lester Holt's over there. He has him. He's already made his bones with the world. He's an older guy. Why doesn't he just retire and stay here?
I saw Lester Holt the other day, right?
Yeah.
And he says, and we're here in a bomb shelter, and all of a sudden you heard that there was a bomb coming overhead, and Lester goes for the ground, and everybody is still standing up.
Yeah, well, he's not used to being bombed.
That's like the hurricane guys, standing there and trying to not to fall over while the guy behind him is walking
Is
along.
walking along.
Right, exactly. I mean, bombs are going off every day, going overhead every day now, but they don't necessarily come down. And you're in a bomb shelter, for crying out loud.
And when the alarms start going off, they love that because they say, "Ooh, here are the alarms going off." Oh,
Yeah,
da, da,
but
da.
Lester was the only one that went for the ground. Yeah, that's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Just on
I'm
another.
sure the Israelis that were with him in the bomb shelters probably said, "What an idiot."
So yesterday, we can get back to this in a moment. I thought we'd change the subject for a second, because I was going to start the show off with this, and then we could get into the other. But yesterday, I went to my dentist to get my tooth pulled, and I went there, and he pulled it. I mean, he shot me up with Novocaine like you wouldn't believe. I mean, he gave me one shot of Novocaine. I figured that's it, right? Oh, no. Then he comes back and does about 5 more into my mouth, So if the day afterwards I'm hurting from anything, it's the Novocaine. So,
Your body processes the Novocaine.
I know it does, but it took it about 6 hours to go away. I mean, it was taking forever.
Yeah.
But anyway, I figured after the Novocaine goes away, I've just had a tooth pulled, right? It's gonna hurt? Nothing. Now, one other thing. He did one other thing yesterday. What else do you think he did yesterday after he pulled the tooth? Do you have any idea?
Made a boat payment.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Let's see if this is Ray and not somebody claiming to be Ray. Okay. Not coming in fast enough. Wait a minute, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
Okay, all right, fine. All right.
Okay, I'll take a wild guess.
Okay, take a guess.
Okay, root canal.
No.
They pulled the tooth. What root? There's no root left.
Well,
They pulled the wrong one. They pulled the wrong tooth.
No, this one really amazed me. What do you think that the other thing he did yesterday? Major procedure.
Put the post in.
No, you don't put a post in because you've gotten rid of the tooth.
No, but I mean, you got to drill in the
Yeah,
thing where-
Brian's right. You got to drill into the jaw to put the post in to hold the tooth.
No, what you're
the pin,
talking
whatever
about is you're close, but no cigar because you're not using the right term.
the implant, right?
He
Put the
put,
implant-
canal.
he put in the implant after he pulled the tooth.
Oh, well, he had a lot of extra glue.
Well, no, in the old days, they would wait 3 months after pulling the
that's
tooth
true.
to then put in the implant, and then you wait another 3 months for the implant to get a hold, right? And then you do the rest. Well, yesterday he did the implant, put the implant in. And he said 2 months from now you come back. We'll 2 months. The whole process, which used to take 6 months, now only takes 2 months.
So he had an impression of your tooth and had the implant made beforehand.
No, an implant is not a tooth. The implant is the thing they screw into your jaw.
No, that's a post.
What? No,
That's a post,
no,
like
that's
Brian
not, that's
said.
not a post. That's an implant. You implant and screw in
The pin.
The
and then
pin.
I have one.
and
I
then
have
the
I have
pin,
a I have a tooth there that's an
and
implant.
right now the pin is not there yet because
Right.
he will put that in. He will
Oh, so
screw
he's done
that
it
in.
temporary. I see what you mean.
No, this is a implant. This is what
But
they
he
implant.
drilled in your bone and he put the thingy where the post is going to screw in there. You're going to have the little pin there, and then the tooth gets on top of that pin, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but you didn't
But
see.
that's what he's saying. He's already grafted your tooth. He already has is going to make your tooth.
Well, he's
You
going to
put the
make
nut
it.
in before the screw.
Hmm?
You
Right.
put the nut in before the screw.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
The threads are in there.
Yeah.
Helic oil.
Yes, Ray.
So,
there you go.
I have three
That's it.
implants. I have
Yeah.
3 implants in it, so I'm confused here. It says because they have to match the color with the other teeth, unless it's in the
No,
back.
wait a
maybe it
minute.
doesn't
We
matter.
haven't even got to that part of it yet.
He's going to have gold teeth.
How is he gonna? Is he gonna like
getting a
color
grill.
it when it's in your mouth?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh.
We haven't gotten to that yet.
Oh.
Now the implant, the thing that the post is going to be attached to, and then the tooth is going to be attached to, is now embedded in my jaw,
Oh, okay.
and we have to wait 2 months.
Oh, yeah. Because
Uh,
they have. Well, did they use like bone from a cadaver, or what did they put in there to?
No.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
Yes.
That's
yes.
when
Serious.
no. That's when you got problems with the bone, and they've got to put in.
Alex's bone hasn't worked in years.
Oh, okay. So mine had to have that because I did have problems. With the
Yeah,
bone.
yeah, they do that, But in this case, the bone was just fine, and he just figured I'll just go ahead and I can screw this thing in there now. And then
I see.
he took some sutures and
Yes.
sewed it up and covered it up.
And that's
Okay.
so bizarre because they fold over the skin and whatever that is, the tissue, and they sew it together, and then naturally that thing will like parton up and then have the hole there.
I guess
You know, like
I don't know what he did. I didn't look.
And naturally, it'll, cause I've had it before. Naturally, it'll sort of like healing itself, and you'll sew it together, but it'll like open up where the hole is, and then it's ready to go.
But when I did it in the past, it's taken a period of 6 months to get an implant. Now it's
Yep.
2 months. That's it.
Yeah,
that's-
usually 6 months because they wait 2 or 3 months for me it was like the bone graft had to like take hold, and then they had to like get the color right, and then they gave me a flip thing that I would take in and out.
Well, they wouldn't even have to get the color right yet. Next, after you
talking about your teeth there,
after
Ray?
you've waited for
Yeah,
the-
my front teeth are all implants.
after you waited for that, they then put in the implant, and then that sat there for 3 months, and then after that they came back, and then they started doing all the things of taking an impression of the area and of the tooth and so on and so forth.
So what I said earlier was a temporary implant. You said no, but yes,
It's not a temporary implant. It's an implant. It is going to be there forever. There is
Okay.
nothing temporary
So
about it.
what are you going back for in 2 months?
To get a tooth.
I think you're confused on what an implant is.
I know what an implant is. I've had
the
several.
tooth is the implant.
No, the tooth is not the implant. The tooth is just like any other tooth you
You
would
can't
get.
handle the tooth.
Yeah, I guess that's good, Brian.
The
That
tooth
was
is
good.
not the tooth is not the implant. The tooth is the final tooth that they put on top of the implant.
Yeah.
It's like a crown.
No,
It's like
I'm
a
looking
crown.
I'm looking at Google right now, and yeah, actually they show the implant and they show in the gums where the screw is.
See,
Yeah.
that's the implant. Are you
The implant is the.
are you
the
happy
post and
now?
all that.
Yeah, well, we all said that we all had a screw,
Yeah,
and then they put the tooth over it. They,
It's
all
just
talking-
semantics. It's just
Yeah,
semantics.
we're all talking the same.
yeah. What do they charge you for the whole job? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, I don't know. This will probably be $8,000. I don't know. That'll probably be about 5,000. I estimate.
Yeah.
And where is the implant?
It's right. It's good. It's right here.
In the back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
See, The tooth
It's
missing.
a molar. It's a chewing tooth.
No, it's a chewing tooth.
It is a chewing tooth, which is a first molar, second molar, third molar is
Like
usually
1, 2, 3, fourth back.
These aren't molars; these are incisors. I gotta send you back to dental school.
No, but it's in back of the incisor.
Oh, okay. Which
Or
is
the eye
which is a
tooth.
molar.
It's in back of the eye tooth.
Okay, yeah. Well, my eye tooth on this side is an implant, and they didn't have to do any bone graft, but they did. Once I got the old tooth out, they put a post in there and put a temporary, and so you didn't. And they waited 3 months, and then they took they cut the temporary off, and he had taken an impression, and they had the tooth ready to go, and they just put the temporary off, put some glue on it, and pushed the other one in, and that was it.
I don't know if they use glue on these, on the post on these. I really don't know what they.
Well, they did
use.
in my case. I don't know about yours.
What they do though, I mean, for the most part, it's just But it was amazing to me that this whole process is only going to take 2 months and then another 2 weeks for the.
That's very quick.
Or maybe another week for getting the tooth made and everything like that. Yeah.
Some of these dentists that do a lot of implants have the machine that makes the implant right there. It's done with a laser.
The tooth is not an implant.
That's a crown. Here it says it's a crown. The tooth on top is a crown.
Is a crown.
Yeah, they put a crown on top.
They have the implant. They have the implant post, and then they have the crown.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Well, my dentist calls the whole thing an implant. So
And
but on
yeah,
top of it,
costs a lot of money.
they don't just don't implant. I mean, it isn't just the tooth. The tooth goes on top of the. The next thing that'll go in there eventually, when they finally go to put the tooth in, is another little screw thing. It's an abutment or something like that, and then that holds on to the tooth. So
You know what's great about having implants in the front is like if I get in a street fight, I can just bite somebody and just like rip them to shreds, and my teeth will be fine.
your teeth will be fine, but you'll have AIDS and herpes and who knows what else.
Jim Carrey took out that. Well, I think he had a crown. Or he had a chipped tooth, right?
right, so he took it out
That out
for Dumb and Dumber. Yeah.
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 That's very cool.
What did he do?
Well, he had a chip in his tooth.
Yeah.
And,
Really big,
and
yeah.
it had been, fixed. All right.
Yeah.
They whatever they do to take care of a chip like that. And when it was time to make Dumb and Dumber, he thought it'd be good for the part, so he had his dentist remove the chip.
Oh, I see.
And
Oh,
then
the
that's
fix,
how-
yeah.
Yeah. So when you see him on film, it's really like that. Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Fun.
I was in this play where there was a fight scene and the guy punched and he went too close and he hit one of my implants and it totally sliced his hand. And I didn't even
Whoa.
feel it. I didn't even feel it. It was great.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really?
So I have a gap between my two front teeth, and it used to be about a ½ inch wide. But the same material that they fill your teeth with and then put that little ultraviolet light and hardens it, they filled in the area between my teeth. A little bit on this side, a little bit on that side. It was like $500 and closed the gap.
Oh yeah, I've heard
Same
of that.
material.
They like the
Amazing.
the part that
Cosmetic
said
bonding or something.
they like the
that.
part that said $500 for that.
Absolutely. It was cheap.
I'm gonna go to Gaza to get my next implant. It's gonna be super cheap.
You can probably get just somebody's mouth of teeth and they can just implant the whole mouth. Sorry.
That's not funny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not really funny. Sorry about that.
No, mine wasn't funny either.
Can we change the subject again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
So Adrian's birthday, 8-year-old birthday, is on Saturday.
hmm
So Friday, I'm gonna surprise her with cupcakes.
Nice. Wow.
God, I hope you're not making them.
At school.
You should put a tooth in there as a joke.
So I went to the office just to make sure what time I should come in. Should I come in at the end of the class or whatever? Went with her and the teacher. The teacher says they don't allow cupcakes anymore at school for birthdays.
Why?
What?
What? Yeah, really. What's up with that?
That's been for a while now.
Why? Why? Because all the kids are going to
They're
get them, right?
They're allergic to nuts. They're
Wow.
allergic to gluten free or whatever that thing is, and there's
Oh
like
my
4
God.
kids in her class that she even told me that they have allergies to some kind of
What
foods.
is more
And they don't
exciting
know.
and interesting for a kid to see another kid swell up?
How come when I was that age, nobody had allergies?
Nobody
Where
had
they
I
get-
want to know the same question.
I had allergies.
What the hell?
I had
Wait
allergies.
till you get to high school. They don't let you bring nothing
Brian, you
without
could
a
always go
permit.
to how about a bagel shop?
I had allergies. I had
To nuts?
allergies to pets, and I had allergies to pollen. So
Yeah,
you know,
those
so
kind
so
of
you know,
allergies.
you know what the doctor had my mother do? We moved to the country and got a cat. And
So you
I
become-
wheezed and I coughed for the first summer that we were there. And the next time, I completely got rid of my allergies. Okay? So, I mean, in those days, that's how you handled allergies. Kids wheezed and coughed until they built up an immunity. Now
Or
we
died.
won't let them build up an immunity. We just, don't get,
Yeah, but you know what? The parents didn't sue the school either.
Yeah.
yeah.
Her daycare, when she went to daycare, she had these she had like the pretzels with peanut butter inside.
Mhm.
They called me and said, you have to come and pick these up.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Peanut butter in there.
That's been going on for years.
Here's the peanut butter. My daughter's taking things and eating them.
Who cares if the kid swells up? So what? You know?
So what's your plan B then?
Yeah.
We already pulled that joke, by the way.
Yeah, I asked, can I be at the gate and give them on like public property? And they said, no, you're not allowed to do that. Cannot
What
hand
if-
out anything.
What if her mouth goes through the fence on the other side?
So
Well,
I'm
you know
just
something. I don't think
goodie bag.
I don't think you want to do it for yourself, because let's say one of the kids is allergic, and let's say they have an anaphylactic reaction.
But
then
they should know they're allergic, and then they shouldn't have a cupcake.
That's right.
There you go.
Well, how old?
We had to deal with that a lot
how old
with
are the
birthday
kids in
parties
your-
and everything else.
in
And
your-
lactose intolerance, all that crap.
Yeah.
You can't have pizza, all that stuff.
Well, you know.
Well, lactose intolerance doesn't usually put you in the hospital.
No, it just ties up the bathroom for a while.
Yeah, well, I have it. I know the feeling. So,
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
you got 3 or 4 of them that do.
yeah, well, that could be a problem,
It
especially
does.
if I want to get in there.
I know, it does.
Oh,
The older daughter is 15, and she has that, so she gets the special milk. And so when our milk's gone, we just raid her milk all the time.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's wonderful what's happening in Congress.
Nothing's happening. That's what's wonderful. huh?
This is this is such dysfunction. I mean, aren't these adults?
No,
You know,
They're not.
but they're being paid while this is going on.
yeah.
You know, if we take their pay away from stuff, bills would get passed a lot quicker, and this type of garbage it wouldn't happen if
What-
they weren't getting paid.
What I would say they should probably do is find some kind of middle of the road person that both sides can agree on, and make him the Speaker of the House.
Bernie Sanders.
No, not-
Trump.
that's-
Trump.
No,
That's the
Bernie
problem.
Sanders is not.
I'm kidding. I'm
And to
kidding.
begin with, he's a senator, so he could never be the Speaker of the House.
It wouldn't surprise me after Jim Jones or whoever this guy is, if they don't bring up
Jones.
I know he's not Jim Jones. His name's Jim whatever. So
The Kool-Aid guy.
Jordan.
Jim Jordan.
Yeah.
That's right.
In this second vote today that they did on Jordan, he
numbers went up.
lost by more than he did the
Yeah.
first time.
And yeah.
I think they should go outside and get like Matthew McConaughey or something like that. Or Oprah. Or
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
Mike Tyson.
it just shows the total dysfunction that exists now. You know, this never went on when I was growing up. You know, Republicans, they were Democrats. Many times they went along with each other.
Yeah.
Now it's just, if you're a Democrat, we're going to be in opposition to anything you want.
That's the way it is now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
They don't even work. They don't even do our work for us. They just argue amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not doing the work of the people.
No, they're not for the people at all.
They don't care about the people. They care about themselves.
And then what's his name? Who's the guy got all these charges against him now?
Donald Trump.
No,
Santos.
Mendez.
no,
Santos. Yeah.
Santos Mendez. Yeah.
Well, which one? Yeah.
He's been trying to. Well, let me see here. 0.4 miles away at Central Park West and 101st Street, there's a car fire reported. Okay.
Oh, barbecue. You guys used to report the barbecues all the time on Live 105, remember?
Barbecues?
Yeah, at least the car used to
Barbecue,
call
yeah.
barbecues. They call them
Barbecues. Yeah.
Yeah. This is really cool, though. We signed up for this thing called Citizen, and it tells us everything near us that's a problem. You know, there was
Sounds
a
like
a guy pulled out a knife on somebody. The armed robbery at this place.
Alex Bennett's using a walker going down the street.
Marjorie,
I got it. Nothing ever happens around here, so I
Yeah, nothing ever happens around here either.
I know.
We got rid of the app.
today.
If you're in New York City,
Today,
yeah.
Marjorie had to go up to the bank to use the ATM, right? And it's what, about 3:30, so the bank's still open, right? The door to the bank's still open. She says, "I was going to wait outside." She says, "Come in with me, just in case there's somebody that's going to rob me." I said, "You're reading that Citizen report too much."
No, there's an earthquake one, and it went off today, and there's no earthquake.
Oh my god!
Yeah, there was an
there
earthquake
was.
in Rio Vista. It was in Rio Vista.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 4.6.
And
Oh,
Alton,
Then-
Oh well, that's real close to San Jose.
Yeah, and we got a warning on our phones.
I got one too. I didn't know
And-
where you're.
I mean, Rio
I didn't
Vista's
feel
so far
anything.
away.
I didn't feel. Now I know where
Well,
it's
did
at.
everybody get that phony one a couple of days ago? They sent all over the country.
They warned everybody.
I slept through
Yeah, I
that
got
one.
that. Yeah.
that was an OES test.
Yeah,
It
I
worked.
slept right through that.
This is a test
Didn't know
of
what
the
happened.
emergency broadcast system.
It's not
This
the
is only a
emergency
test.
broadcast anymore. They don't give a crap
Emergency
about
alerts.
broadcast anymore. They want to come over your cell phone.
Yeah,
it's
there's no
everything.
more.
Oh, by the way, there's one tomorrow at 10:19.
Yeah. The earthquake.
Oh, for the phones
right?
again?
Yeah, the
Mhm.
earthquake one. Yeah.
Well, there's
I'll leave my Bobby a bed asleep again.
is that going to be national or just in California?
Just if you're on an app, I think.
It's the great shakeout. The
Yeah.
great shakeout. They do it in California.
Yeah, my shake.
And by the way, I did feel the earthquake here.
Oh, really?
It
Where
happened.
are you?
and
Well,
next
you're
thing the-
fairly close to Rio Vista.
Answering the
Oh, yeah.
the time.
Where are you?
Answering the time old question.
About
Merthyr-
40 miles from Rio Vista is where he's at.
Sometimes it just depends on the ground that you're on, you know, whether it.
Go
whether
ahead,
it
Alex.
Oh, Alex, go ahead. It's your show.
No, it's a little late now because I was interrupted by
Earthquake.
Alan, and
Oh, yeah,
I had a joke, and the timing was just right, and now the timing has passed.
Okay, well, I'll shut up.
A little late.
Oh, yeah, it was.
And
Damn.
nobody heard the start of it, so you can tell it now.
So
No,
weird.
it's too
Every
late.
time
I can't even remember what it was.
Oh, that's the problem.
But that was funny, so that worked.
What?
Yeah.
Every time I open the app, it shows that I'm in Nigeria. I don't know why. Yeah.
That you're
Because you
where?
have a
Get
VPN.
app.
Is your VPN on and pointing to Nigeria?
I have no idea.
What app?
The Shake It app.
Oh, yeah, I have one of those.
Again, and I zoom out there, and it shows I'm in Africa.
I have an earthquake one. Let me see.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I get all the warnings from San Francisco because my VPN is in San Francisco, and that's where they think I'm at.
Oh, okay.
Earthquake.
Hmm.
Oh, there was just an earthquake. There was a 2.46 earthquake in New Zealand 16 minutes ago.
I felt that.
Hmm.
Why is that important?
I just read it on the screen. It's
Oh,
not
sorry.
important. It's
Okay.
completely not important.
Well,
In fact, let's go backwards and erase what I said.
What are these guys going to keep voting? What are they going to do?
they're going to have to keep voting until they get somebody.
But is it going to be like McCarthy again, where they're going to get somebody in there and say,
Well, no,
we'll
what
vote for
happened
you,
was
but
with
we have a
with
tight leash on you?
McCarthy made a deal, And the
Right,
deal
right.
was that one person could start a vote against him.
Yep.
They're not doing that now.
And Matt Gaetz took him up on it.
They learned their lesson.
Yeah, like that.
How's that going for you? I think is the term they use. So, I mean, we just total dysfunction. Just total dysfunction. I don't understand it. Anyway, let me see here. What else is going on? Anything else going on of note?
They found that the guy confessed. The guy who murdered the girl in Aruba.
Natalie Holloway.
Yeah, he went into detail today. Sound like.
Yep, I heard that.
He made a deal.
Yeah, because he's serving two 20-year sentences or 40 years.
Yeah, that if he confessed to it, they would lower his
Get
sentence.
rid of the death penalty or something.
No, they weren't. There was no death penalty involved in this.
You mean this guy from 10 years ago?
20.
What? It's been 20 years?
What he did was he not only killed the girl, but then he tried to hold the parents up for money.
Yes, I remember that.
To let them know where the body is, whatever. When the body wasn't even able to be found because I think he threw it out in the ocean.
Yeah, that's what I heard a couple months ago.
Drug her into the ocean and knee-high ocean, and
yeah.
Why did he kill her?
Because he made a sexual advance at her, and she pushed him away, and then he went and grabbed her, and she kicked him in the balls. I tell my daughter, anytime a guy grabs you, kick him in the balls. I tell her, well, she kicked him in the balls.
Well, maybe that's
and
bad
then he
idea.
retaliated.
She fell, and there was a cinder block there, and he bashed her head in, and then
oh my god,
he went into the detail. Man,
God, too bad it wasn't Marjorie Taylor Greene
or Lauren Boebert.
Or lower, either one of them.
Except she's hot, though. That would have been a waste.
But the mother, took it really well. She was
I didn't want that daughter.
Closure. He was a suspect, and now he was the murderer. It's sort of weird to hear.
Alan, sometimes I wonder where your sense of humor comes from.
Who?
Yeah,
Alan.
I hate Marjorie Taylor Greene, just like most people.
So do I.
Most decent people.
That's where my sense of humor comes from.
Yeah, but you don't wish that they be killed with a cinder block.
Instead of this girl? Yeah, I do.
No.
Not a sense of humor. It's a sense of truth.
Really? You would like it if she got killed like that?
I don't want her killed, but if in place of this girl, this innocent girl, why not? You mentioned Boebert. I mentioned Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, well, I was just...
They're both good looking, Ray, actually, if you're looking at
Marjorie Taylor Greene is good looking?
I think she's kind of Neanderthalish.
Do you? Well, you guys have no taste.
Well, now I get in trouble with...
Lauren Boebert's kind of hot, though.
I'm going to get in trouble with YouTube now for
I was gonna say.
for your comments.
Oh, shit, no.
I always get in trouble for other people's comments.
I said she was hot. How's that going to get you in trouble?
You're talking about Boebert. You're not talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene.
No, I'm talking about, I think they're both kind of
You're trying to justify a really bad taste joke.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
why don't you just say sorry and we can move on with it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
Yeah.
At least I can remember my jokes.
Got any good jokes about Gaza?
No. No, that would be sad.
Mm-hmm. What is that?
That's a laughing person.
I was giving the thumbs up for him apologizing. That's all.
No, thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah. But
if I had your address, Brian, I would send your daughter a birthday gift that she wasn't allergic to. Cash.
Whoa.
Yeah. Throwing that slime.
So how you doing, Steve?
Oh, wonderful.
Why don't you and I just hold a conversation here? You, I, and Brian. And
Steve, what happened if they said we want to bring you go to Israel? We're having live on KQED.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they should send you over to Israel, and then you can do all the station breaks from there.
Oh, sure. And then I could just take cover each time that something happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that all these people, all these companies are sending their people over there.
Oh, I'll do even better. I'll just bring sound effects.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I mean, it's like, oh man, it just makes me mad. It just makes me mad. It is in such bad taste. You know, I think we need to have we need to know the news, but you know, also as this thing has been going on, what's been suffering is all the other news in the world
That's
going on. As people say, Ukraine isn't being covered. You know, the thing with the Republicans, if there was nothing going on in Israel, this thing that's going on with the Republicans right now would be the thing they'd be talking about 24/7. But because there's the Israel thing, they just mention this at the end of every newscast. Oh, by the way, they didn't took another vote today. We don't have a speaker yet, you know. So I mean, it's horrible.
I wonder why they can't make the interim speaker temporarily.
What do you mean the interim?
There is an interim guy, yeah.
Yeah,
There's a guy.
He is.
Yeah.
I thought you didn't want
and
it.
he is, but they can't take any votes and things like that till they've got a speaker.
Oh, well, I understand that, but why can't they make him the temporary speaker?
They can.
Oh, well, there you go.
They can make
But they
anybody
won't.
the speaker, by the way. They can make me speaker.
That'd
They
be
won't.
They won't, but they could. How about Kevin Stopper for speaker?
Oh, absolutely. I'd vote for him.
Have you guys? Did you see Biden speaking today? And man, he's like, you know, it's really painful just to watch him talk. He's reading, you know, he's reading the stuff and he's talking and he's
He's stuttering a lot, but he's had a stuttering problem his whole life.
He's
right?
not stuttering. No, he's not stuttering. It's just that he's reading and it's just painful because he's just old. And he walks away, he's old.
I think he's really tired too.
Yes, I agree.
That's true.
Now,
Yeah.
He needs to not.
oh, by the way, you
run.
know what I did? I've been testing something. I get tired a lot. I get lightheaded a lot. So for the last day, yesterday, I didn't take all my pills I take every day. And today I felt sensational.
Mm.
You know, I was going to ask you a while back about that because you were mentioning how many pills you've been taking. And I thought, I wonder what would happen if you didn't take your pills one day and to see how you feel.
Yeah, well, now I'm not going to take them again tonight and see if I feel even better than I felt today.
You got to give us a couple hours warning if you're going to die.
No,
Well, what are your-
look, if
What
I
are your
don't,
pills? What are your pills for? You have
you know, the usual
Blood
blood pressure, you know, statin for,
Yeah.
you know, cholesterol.
do you take your blood pressure often? I mean, do you have a thingy, right? You have a thingy and do it?
Yeah.
Well, if you're not taking, you should make sure you're checking your blood pressure next few days. Just see what it
Yeah,
does.
but even if I go off of it for a couple of days, my blood pressure goes up or whatever it does, goes down. I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
Comes down, you
because-
won't need the blood pressure medicine.
Can I finish what I'm saying?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. It's not going to be enough to cause me a problem, you know. Just like if I don't take my cholesterol for a couple of days. Maybe my cholesterol might go up slightly, but the minute I start taking a statin again, it's going to go down, you know. But I just think that the doctors are prescribing too many pills. And I don't think my doctors are looking to see what are in conflict with other drugs. The people who usually come up with that are the pharmacists. They'll say, well, you know, this might cause a problem if you're taking this and you're taking this. But I never get that from the doctor. He just prescribes me another pill and forgets all the other pills he gave me.
I always ask the pharmacist.
Yeah. That's what I just said.
I know.
Yeah.
That's good advice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've been better at that, okay, than, you know. Like I had some pill that the doctor prescribed for me, and they called me and said, you know, this is kind of going to be in conflict with this other thing, but I was only going to take it for a week or something like that. So I said, don't worry about it. Yeah. But it's amazing. It's just amazing. And I think that we prescribe too many pills. We do too little.
So my roommate,
You'll have to do it a few days in a row to see if that's really
Well,
what is
also,
causing
you
it.
know, I mean, they don't say to people, you know what you should do? You should stop eating this, or be careful about fats, or be careful about this, or be careful about that. They just say, here's another pill. This will take care of that.
Yep.
You know,
As much as they could prescribe is the most money they make.
How many are you taking right now, Alex?
I'm taking 6, and I'm thinking I could cut about 3 out. I'm beginning to believe that, and it wouldn't change my body at all.
Anything that's life preserving, I would be careful about cutting out, like blood pressure.
Yes, but if I don't take a blood pressure medicine for 2 days, it's not going to change.
No,
my
2 days is not going to change.
That's what I'm
anything.
saying. I'm
Right.
testing it for a few days here to see. Like I felt pretty good today. You know, I'm feeling a little tired now, but I
First
mean,
of all, most blood pressure medicines last about 36 hours, so
yeah,
a couple days won't hurt you probably.
no, and I'm just testing it out. But you know, I mean, if you know, I think I could drop I could get rid of about 3 of the 6 pills, and I really think I should, you know. But you know, the doctors just love to solve the problem by giving you a pill,
That's it.
not by telling you to change your lifestyle. Because, oh, God forbid we should have somebody change their lifestyle. Not once has a doctor said to me, "You've got high blood pressure. Here's how to modify your diet so it goes down." They said, "You've got high blood pressure. Here's a pill you can take that will make it go down." Well,
Mine has, and mine I take the same one you guys do, Lister,
Losartan?
or whatever. Yeah.
Anytime it says statin at the end of it.
No, not statin. It's
That's for cholesterol.
Blood pressure.
Cinepro.
blood pressure.
Lisinopril.
Yeah. So, but my doctor every year he has me do a diary. Does it like for I think it's 3 or 4 days, and he says take your blood pressure just like 4 times during the day, write them down the times and all that stuff, and then send it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's
make sure
interesting.
it doesn't go up or down, but I don't think he's tested it like no blood pressure medicine and then do it.
Be interesting to see what happens there. But what happened with me, I went in for my physical the other day, and they were freaking out because my heart rate was at 41.
Not good.
And they're like, "What is going on? Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." "Well, why are you like this? What's going on?" And I just told them I'm athletic. I ride all the time, and I'm constantly exercising. They said, "Well, that's not right. You need to go to your cardiologist and talk to him about that." Go to the cardiologist. He says, "Everything's fine. Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're really exercising a lot, athletes tend to have their beats per minute can be down to 35 or 40.
Isn't that when they're exercising though? When they're done?
No, when they're exercising,
it goes up.
That's the resting heart rate.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
When you're exercising, the heart rate will go up, hopefully.
Oh, and by the way, Brian, you got to figure out what the beats per minute are on Alex's exit theme.
Yeah, if they can hear it, they can't hear it. Like I'm going to start playing it right now, and you'll never be hearing it. I don't know why, and I haven't been able to figure it out, but I'll come up with it. Although you could hear some of these other things, other promos that I have. So, who knows? Anyway, that's it for tonight. Boy, not a lot to talk about, but a lot to talk about within the few things that we had to talk about. But I'm glad that I managed to straighten Alan out about what an implant is. It's several procedures is what it is. Anyway, thank you, Steve, for being here at the very beginning of the show and really you're terrific. I really appreciate it. And thank you to Brian Neary. Also love having you here. Alan, good having you here. Kevin, hey, nice to see you. And Ray, as always, a pleasure. Everybody, give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you. Okay? Here we go. Wait a minute. Let me just get myself together here, and I'll wave goodbye, and there we go. That's it. Anyway, we'll see you again. Jack Bishop is next. We're here with The Intersection. Be taking your calls at Gabnet Live on Skype, okay? In the meantime, we'll see you again tomorrow. Same time, same station in life. And as always, in the meantime, as we like to say, if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? Good night, everybody.